story, and the objectives are twofold. Number one, to understand the techniques available to arouse emotion, and second, to become skilled in arousing emotions while telling a story, 6 to 8 minutes. So let's look forward to an recording and captivating speech.
Thank you, Kuan Hong. The time allocated is 6 to 8 minutes. At the 6th minute, the green light will be turned on. At the 7th minute, the amber light, and at the 8th minute, the red light, and at 8 minutes 30 seconds, the bell will be rung. An instrumental person to all the successful running meetings and contests. He's especially fond of writing love messages to the club.
Yes.
None other than our BPE. Shall we all welcome Evan Computer Bronze, Evan Color Bronze, Jeffery Seah. The title of his speech is The Apple in My Eyes.
Wow, why you go to Cheng?
Start already. Hey Jeff, you free tomorrow? Hey, Kok Leong, how have you been? What's up? Yeah, I'm free. You know lah, my wife, Joanne, 6 months pregnant. Soon, number 2 will be born. You know, this is exactly what I've always wanted. 2 boys to complete the family. I was planning to go and pick up a maid. Would you join me? And so we met the next day. We planned to meet the next day. Greetings to club president, fellow Toastmasters, and friends. That conversation took place in February 1993. Our friendship, myself and Kok Leong, go way back to 1983. 30 years ago, when we were both 16. Some of you are doing the maths, right? 30 years ago, I'm 16 means I'm 46 more. We were the best of friends. From school days, to army days, to work days. We were the best of friends. And during school days, Kok Leong was the typical student that any teacher would love to have. Why? Because he's obedient, he's intelligent, he's helpful, and he's friendly. And the girls, they were all enthralled by him. He was the most popular boy in class. And I, not that I'm bragging, huh? I am also popular for all the wrong reasons. And so Kok Leong, when he was in class, the girls like to brand all the boys because there are only 6 boys in class. And Kok Leong was to be an apple. The apple in their eyes. Good to be taken daily. Organic, and pretty much harmless. As for me, I was to be a durian. Best handled with a knife. Because I'm horny. No, I mean thorny. Thorny, I'm thorny. Fast forward to 1993 February, the fateful day when my good friend called. By now, we are both 26. Too big a bite. We are both 26. And Kok Leong stands at 178 meters tall. Black wavy hair. He's tan and toned because he's very much into dragon boat racing. And by then, he's already married to his wife Joanne, who is also an ex-stewardess with Singapore Airlines. Oh, I forget to mention, we were cabin crew with Singapore Airlines. And his wife is an ex-stewardess with Singapore Airlines. I love to call her Snow White because she has skin as white as snow. And her complexion was flawless, just like Kuan Hong. And by then they have a 3-year-old kid. little Tristan. True, his compassion is really good, right?
Right also. The facial I do every night.
And just to make everything clear, his looks, Kok Leong at 26, once a female colleague ever described him as aggressively attractive. And when I asked her, hey, what about me? She said, oh, you are outstandingly ordinary. The next day, I waited for Kok Leong at the appointed time, but he didn't turn up. Nor was he reachable. And so I called Joanne. And what she told me didn't make any sense to me initially. She said that my good friend Kok Leong, who don't drink or smoke, who is as fit as a fiddle, has suffered a stroke in Hong Kong. He sustained permanent disability to more than 70% of his body. The next day, we waited at the airport when he returned from Hong Kong. If you were there, my dear friends, if you were there, you would have seen 3-year-old Tristan running, jumping, and hopping around, eagerly awaiting the arrival of his dad. How do you tell a 3-year-old boy, hey, stop being so happy, your dad cannot walk out from the gates anymore? How do you explain to the child that his father can no longer carry him like a father would? 6 months pregnant Joanne stands silently, her eyes puffy red, her hands gently on her belly as she reminds herself to be strong for her unborn child and for her husband Kok Leong. From a distance, you see the airport staff pushing out my friend Kok Leong. He looks older and darker, his head shaven. Gone are the wavy black hair. And his body sank into the seats of the wheelchair as if there was no bones and spine. And when he's out, Joanne collapsed onto his lifeless limbs and wept. And Tristan, uncertain of who the stranger is, hid behind his mother and cried for his father. If eyes could bleed, you would have seen them bleed from Kok Leong. For he was struggling so hard to reach out to his son. In a few short months, we lost contact because Kok Leong chose to be shut off from the support and sympathy of his friends, including me. I was so upset about him. Why me? Wrong time to say why me. Why me? I was his best friend in school days, army days, and work days. Looking back now, I was the impatient ingrate for not understanding his good intention. He shut me off because he did not want to burden me. At 26 years of age, anger fills my thoughts when I think of him. But at 46, I actually missed him. And I don't even know how is my friend Kok Leong, whether he's still alive or dead. Ladies and gentlemen, hold Kok Leong, the apple in my eyes.